Hello, my name is Grace and I'm a big fan of houseplants. This afternoon I need to do some plant chores, so I thought it would be fun to bring you along with me. Involved in that is rearranging my plant bouquet. So pretty much my plant bouquet is just a tray that has a few different types of plants in it. We've got Zanzibar Jones, we've got a few peperomias, a ficus, pileas, and so yeah, I really like the idea of a plant bouquet because it's really good at saving space when you want a lot of houseplants, if that makes sense. So yeah, so we're going to be giving my plant bouquet a little bit of TLC because it has been a little bit neglected recently. So we're going to be repotting some of the plants and giving some of the plants a good trim as well. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, so this is my plant bouquet. So yeah, we're just going to be repotting a few of them and giving them a good water and trim. Okay, so this is what we're doing with the plant bouquet. The ficus, I think, is doing quite well. I don't think she really needs anything except a good water, but we'll do that last. And then the pileas just need a good water. I don't know if I want to propagate any of those ones. This one here, which I can't remember the name of, is doing horrifically. I need to take her out of this and I want to maybe try and just cut her and replant her. This plant is never happy with me. I don't know how to care for this plant. So yeah, this one we really have to deal with. And then I have two Zanzibars and I'm doing nothing with these because they're Zanzibar gems. And then lastly I have this peperomia that really needs a good water and I'm gonna repot her into a clear pot as well. She also needs a little bit of a trim. So yeah. First order of business, I'm going to give this tray a nice clean so we have a good fresh start. Okay, this is how we're looking. The plants that are all good, I think I'm just gonna put back in there. So the ficus is okay. I don't know if I want to put both of the Zanzibars back in there. We'll see, but for the time being, I think I will. They're just really good at like taking up space, which I think is ideal with these types of plant setups. We're gonna move the tray out of the way and I'm gonna start with just dealing with the pilea. So I'm just gonna be trimming the dead leaves off. And then she will be all good to go. And then she needs a good water. And then this one I think is actually all good. I think same sort of situation. This plant just needs a good water, so I'm gonna put her back in the tray as well. This peperomia here, I think I'm gonna give a good trim. Her lower leaves have started to sort of go yellow. This one here I think I'm gonna cut and then just replant back into the pot. And then, yeah, I'm just like not overly fond of how leggy she's gotten. So I'm gonna trim this back as well. This plant was not in this bouquet for a long time, but I think it's time to put her back in. I also want to repot her into a clear pot. So yeah. That one's all good, that one's all good. Even that one, I feel like. I think this is okay. Even, yeah, you know, this plant is so leggy. Okay. I think I might pot some of these up just into their own new pot, so it doesn't become too crowded in this pot here. So this one I think might be fine just going into this smaller pot here. I might just assess the roots very quickly. Yeah, I think downsizing this one won't be bad for the plant. I don't want to remove all of the soil either, because I don't want this plant to freak out. What do we think? I think that's a good size. I don't think she needed to be in a pot that big. I'm going in with some fresh soil, some aerated soil. I'm doing that. And then, yeah, a few of these I'm just gonna plant right back in there. I'm not worrying about the plant callousing over because it's so small. So I really don't feel like there's that risk of the plant rotting. And putting one more there. And then just filling up the rest with the soil. Okay, see, she's a bit on the crazy side, but I think that's alright. I think this plant's looking a lot better after that repot. We're just gonna put her back into this display pot, I think. Might be, yeah, I'm happy with that. We're gonna put her to the side. And then these, I'm just gonna put into a pretty small clear pot and worry about that later. Next on the repotting agenda is this very, very sad peperomia. I don't know the actual name of this peperomia, but I think it is technically known as like a watermelon peperomia. Actually, while I have her out of the pot, I'm just gonna trim the lower leaves. So this one here, I think that one, yeah, I'll give that one a trim. And then that one's quite sad as well. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna prune too much of this plant. But I think, like, the soil that peperomia was in is not too bad, so I think I might just reuse that. And then do that, and then we're just gonna go in with this soil. I really like this watermelon peperomia, and I really feel like it does have so much potential, but any plant that isn't in my room I really neglect so much, which I need to stop doing. This plant looks so sad. I'm hoping after the water, after I give all of these plants a good water, they'll be happy. Okay, so that's all good, that's all good. This one here I'm really worried about. I think this is gonna be a bit of a big job. Maybe. With this, I think I'm just gonna start like taking some cuttings to repot into some soil. And then I might just not worry about the rest. Number one. I think if I have to save this plant one more time, I might just put it in my compost. Like, yeah, look at that. She's just pulling apart. That one's nice. That one, I reckon we'll save. That one. Okay, this is all we're gonna save. And then I'm gonna put the rest of this in my compost. Which is sad, but I don't know, I just really, I'll save a few more. A lot of these are just, And then all I'm doing is removing the lower leaves, and I'm just putting them there. And I'm just gonna do that for every single one of these. Just move that out of the way. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some more soil over the top and pray to the plant gods that this plant survives. A tip that I have heard with this plant is to water it from the bottom. Don't top water it. So maybe that's what we've got to do. And this is how I'm looking with this one. I think it's looking a bit better. And then lucky last, we have this crazy begonia. And really what I'm gonna be doing with this is I'm just gonna be putting some more of the soil back into the pot because she's fallen over so many times. And then I think I might just use some of this soil around here. Perfect. And then I'm just gonna top up the rest with the soil here. Now, I'm going to cut this plant like crazy. So, this here going. Okay, we're gonna just stick that back in there. And then this one has fallen off completely. And I think we'll put that back in there as well. And then this one is looking a bit funny. I think it has potential. Like this is new growth, so maybe I leave that. And then this one's doing really well, that's new growth there. This top part here I'm gonna cut. Maybe I'll cut it like there. Look at that. I don't know if I should try save this. It's not a bad cutting. Maybe I'll cut it there. Put that back in. I might let these callus over actually, these bigger pieces. That one, I reckon could just go straight back in. But we'll let it callus over. And then these lower pieces, trim, gone. And then I just want to give her some shape as well. I feel like she's really lacking in that aspect. Like even that we're gonna put back in there. And we're gonna replant that. And then because she's not as big, and then this plant, and trim there. Okay. This plant is so crazy. So this is how she's looking now. This plant has been through the ringer. Now I think it would be nice to rearrange how the bouquet is actually looking while I wait for these plants to callus over. You know what? I think this funny looking stick, I'm just gonna like plant. Or maybe I'll plant this one in just like its own little pot to see how it goes. We're gonna move this one out of the way. And then we're getting this. I think this needs some more soil in it. Okay. Alright. I don't want the thingamabobs on the same side, so I'm going to move that over. We'll put that one there. And then I think it would be nice if the begonia was in the middle, maybe. But I'm worried we won't have enough space. Let's see. Okay. And then this is looking chaotic. And then we put the smaller guys up the front here. Maybe we'll swap that around. Put that one there. Put that one there. Put that one there. And then this small one right here. Okay. She's looking so crazy. I think I want to trim a bit more of these plants so it looks a bit neater. Like that begonia there. Trim. This is going as well. Has anyone tried to repot Zanzibar gems back into their own soil? Because I have not. But we're gonna give it a go. I think that's looking really nice and full now. Now we just need to give this a really nice water. We're gonna give all of these a water. We're gonna give them a nice fertilize. And I'm feeling good. Fertilizer, I'm just using Foliage Focus and Root Zone as always. Because I am obsessed. And then we're just watering them all. And I really like having them in this tray because any of the excess water just gets like absorbed back up. That makes sense. So this is what we're dealing with. I think she looks really, really nice and I'm very happy. So time to put her back in her spot. And this is her back in her spot. Okay everybody, that is it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope, I don't know, maybe I inspired you to make your own plant bouquet. I think they're so easy and for the most part easy to maintain as well. Pretty much all you need, you know, is a tray and plants. That's it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you next time. Bye!